Victor for that profound introduction. Let me remove my mask. I'm now far away from everyone else, keeping my social distance. And I just want to say thank you for coming. And I recognize the academic staff that are present, my colleagues, the students, the communication group. I say good afternoon. Now, welcome to this presentation on the 4 foundational factors of leadership. And just as Victor said, this presentation is coming in at a moment that we need leadership. We need leadership in our lives. We need leadership everywhere around us. Remember, we are just approaching our election day, where we are going to elect leaders. And we are asking ourselves, what kind of leaders are we going to elect? Can we put the screen up? So it is very important to really look at leadership, because everything around us is about leading yourself, leading the people around you, and looking forward to achieving a certain goal. Are you able to focus the slides? Okay. So at this particular time, there is, we acknowledge that the need for leadership has increased tremendously. Because for one thing, the environment has become so volatile, so uncertain, and so complex. There is, so to speak, confusion amidst ourselves. And when you are living in an environment that is very complex, that is changing, the only certain thing you can see is change. The only prominent thing or eminent thing that you can see is change. This requires different skills and capabilities for you to undertake. The next slide, second slide. Okay, I could do that. Sorry. Okay. So there is need to develop skills. And as we are all here, this is an institution of higher learning. And we know what we do best is to develop skills and capabilities for the tomorrow's management of our organizations. And we recognize the confusion that we are in it today, requiring different skills. So we have a choice to either look towards the future and take responsibility for everything around us, the opportunities and the problems, or bury our heads in the sand and hope that the future will be kind to us. I don't know which option you're going to go for. Be part of that change or make that change, or bury your heads in the sand and hope that the future will be kind. Now, when you look at something like hope, it has never been a winning strategy. Because if you're hoping and you're closing your mind that something's going to happen and you don't make it happen, then even if you have hopes, if you have hope, nothing is going to take place. We are told that you hope for things that you don't see. Yes. As you don't see them, work towards achieving them. It's not a winning strategy. So the best option would be, the best choice would be to look forward towards the future and make this change happen. Take responsibility for strategic events within our midst. Now, when we look at the universities, Jomo Kenyatta is one of them, and I'm part of the facilitators in Jomo Kenyatta University. What we're saying is that we are short of meeting our stated objectives. Stated objectives is to develop lifelong learning. And lifelong learning here I mean that not learning that you can go out and use within an environment that is volatile, an environment that is changing. Many institutions, I agree, we teach leadership, but the kind of leadership we are teaching somehow becomes irrelevant when you get to the industry. And that stems from the fact that we are using a perspective that's not going to help us much when we get outside there. And I know, more often than not, you've heard that students, after getting a certificate, they go out and do some kind of a bridging course or training. Why is that so? That means that there is some inconsistency or a mismatch between what we teach or how we teach and what is required outside of the universities. So there are two perspectives of learning. And I don't want to bog you with the terminologies. These are very simple things. The first one is the epistemological perspective, epistemology. And that is when you come for a lecture maybe like this, what you do best is to take in more and more knowledge. And that is what we are best trained in. Rarely do we use the other perspective. So what we do is to give more knowledge. I come with the notes, and I give you notes, and if I don't give you notes, you are going to ask me, teacher, where could you send us some notes? Where can we find these notes? So we have been trained in such a way that we are more confident with the notes that we have, rather than going out to look for what we need to do in any circumstance. So this is the teaching that if we all get this concept that I am proud that I have, is to give the students a leeway to learn what they can learn. And there's no wrong answer, there's no right answer. It depends on the situation that you face as a leader. The other option is the ontological perspective, the reality and what we understand, or simply what is real, what exists in reality. We may give you the notes, maybe about things that happened in the past. They may not be relevant to what is there today. So the ontological perspective gives the learner, in fact, it is learner-centered, as opposed to the epistemological perspective, which is lecturer-centered or teacher-centered. And when it is teacher-centered, I'm going to give you everything that I know, and without giving you the opportunity to discover for yourself. When we use a learner-centered perspective, and of course you can get this perspective through some interactions like problem-solving issues or the case studies, you can be able to develop skills to understand exactly the situation as it is, rather than someone telling you that this is what you need to do and this is what you need, how you need to go about it. So you learn to be a human being. The ontological perspective advocates for being of a human being, the reality as it is. I just want to ask you, Who is a leader? Maybe you'll tell me, so and so is a leader. Or your lecturer is a leader. Your class representative is a leader. Why not you? I want us to start this by looking at each and every one of us as a leader. Because you lead yourself before you lead someone else. You have to be able to lead yourself. And many times we know that leadership is about a title. I'm a professor. But that doesn't make me a leader. Someone may be a manager. That wouldn't make that person a leader. Someone may have a responsibility. And we are saying none of this will account for leadership. Leadership is about creating impact. What impact can you create wherever you are with your engagements? What are the outcomes? How are you able to influence your people or those that you engage with towards a certain cause or towards a certain direction? Are you able to direct them towards the right cause, prompting their interests and motivating them to work harder with enthusiasm? A leader must be one that inspires people so that they share in your vision. If you don't give me a reason to believe in what you want me to believe in, I don't think I will follow you. So a leader must be one that is able to create impact. The outcome must be seen to positively impact on the lives of those around us. Must be able to influence people towards taking up issues of responsibility, direct them towards a certain cause, and inspire them, give them a reason to be part of what you want them to do. So, leaders need to find new ways to move their businesses forward, to move whatever they are doing forward. Let us not bury our heads in the sand and hope that maybe something else will come or manna will drop from heaven. Let me tell you, manna only dropped from heaven those many years. Right now, for you to get something, you have to go out and work for it. But you're not going to go out to get that which you want to get using the old methods of doing things. Find a new way. Think entirely in a different way. Go against the norm and discover something. In fact, leadership is about discovery. It's not about what we know, because what we know is not discovery. You are only able to discover something when you are able to get something new out of it, to the extent that your eyes open up and you're saying, yeah, this is something new. I'd never thought about this. Discover new solutions. Let us not be looking at old ways of doing things. Get out of the boxes. And so we are talking about the foundational factors of leadership. A foundation, you know, everything rests on a foundation. And if a foundation is stable, then if you're building a house, that house is going to stand. But if you build a house on a shaky ground, the house is going to be swept by floods or whatever it is, even by wind. Now we need at this particular time to develop new capabilities, not the ones that brought us here. Yes, what we know is good. But we need to move to step B, step C, we need to move forward. Let the ones that brought you here be where they are. Discover others to take you into the future. And so today I'm going to talk about this foundation. And the foundation is basically on 4 major factors: integrity, authenticity, being the creator of own life or being cause in the matter, and creating a mission bigger than yourself. I know sometimes you may not understand some of these things, But I know if you looked at this list of 4, you'd actually probably think that integrity is the key thing. Yes, it is the key thing. And because it is key, we are going to look at it last. I'm going to look at the first factor, which is authenticity. Being authentic. What does it mean to be authentic? But to make an authentic choice, to be or not to be a leader. It's a choice you make. It's a good thing to be a leader. It's a good thing not to be fake. Many of us are very fake. We are not real. We have kind of a veil. What you see is not what we are. Someone said that a double-edged sword. It cuts on both sides. So you didn't know which side. Okay? Or some of us exhibit type A and type B characters. I hope you know this. You are lukewarm, at the same time, you can be on the forefront. Or you show a different character certain times and show a different character a certain time. What does this mean? You are fake. You are not real. So I don't know you. So to be authentic, you must act consistent with who you hold yourself to be, out for yourself and to the others. Maybe just ask yourself a question. How do you hold yourself? In which way, in which regard you hold yourself? Or who are you? Okay? Are you able to answer that? Do you know who you are? So in all this, you must be able to do only that which resonates well with your values and your morals. What do you believe in? What are the values that you hold so dear to you? What are the values that you hold as a student, as a lecturer, as an academic staff, or whichever? Regardless of the pressure. You know, sometimes we go through a lot of pressure. I know in school here, there's a lot of pressure, what we call peer pressure. Making you or someone else do something that he or she didn't want to do. So who are you? Are you consistent with what you hold yourself to be? Many of us, or most of us, 3/4, by the way, are inauthentic and desperate for to be admired, desperate for admiration. You want to look good. I don't know. How many of us would want to look bad? We all want to look good, isn't it? And we'll go to great extents to really look good. I want to look good because I want to make my friends happy. I want to look good because I want to make my vice chancellor or my dean or whoever be happy with me. But inside I am hurting. Inside I am hurting and I'm burning. I'm not being authentic with myself because that's not who I am. And many times we are not willing to lose that admiration from the others. We will do everything. We would lie, do whatever it is, just to look good. Not knowing that sometimes trying to look good doesn't look good, really. We even manipulate the facts to suit a situation. We are not being real about a situation, about a problem. We are manipulating even facts. And let me tell you, if you're manipulating facts, that is something you cannot take to the bank and get it out after 3 months, isn't it? truth will last. You will remember the truth for as long as. But if it were a lie, if you manipulated a fact, it will not be consistent. You know exactly what I mean, isn't it? Lies are never consistent. Are they ever consistent? You say this, you're cornered somewhere, you change the story, you come to this, you change that story, you go to another one. But if it were the truth, you are consistent with what you are doing, you are going to repeat the same thing over and over again. And many times we have the habit of hiding what is unpleasant. We don't want to bring it out because no, they don't need to see this. All they need to see is this very good side. Why don't you let people see whether it is good or bad? And remember, when you are trying to fake yourself, you're putting in so much effort that could have been used for something else. You are reconstructing this, reconstructing that. You are thinking you cannot even sleep because you're trying to see, how can I tighten everything that I don't have, ends loose, that someone is going to discover that I'm lying. You spend so much energy coming up with a lie. So the advice is, as a leader, do not try to be what you are not. Don't be fake. Just be the way you are. We appreciate you. God made you the way you are. And God said you looked beautiful. Why do you want to fake everything about yourself? Be real. That is being authentic. And many of us just want to be inauthentic many times deliberately. The second thing is being the creator of own life. What does this mean? This basically means that I've got to take responsibility for what is happening in my life. We can also refer to it as being cause in the matter. And I'm not saying that you are going to be responsible for everything that happens in your life. What we are saying is that, you are going to be involved in this. You are not a spectator. You are acting from the point that I am the hero of my life. I am taking responsibility of what I do. Whatever it is, be responsible. And this is in the power of your word. If you declare that this is my life, I'm a student and I'm going to study, that is a declaration. You have declared. And you're not going to go around and come in with more Kenyans in class. You're not going to go around and compromise student marks for us. You are responsible. And when you're responsible, you are doing the right thing. And you are telling the others, you can count on me for this. You are telling us that you can be relied on. And once you take that stand, it's a state of effectiveness. It's a state of freedom. Because you are taking responsibility. You are cause in the matter for everything that happens in your life. Whatever it is, whatever direction, you have declared that people can count on you. You are accountable. Okay? It gives you the power to deal with the challenges, obstacles, face, because this is you. And this is the course that you have taken. It doesn't matter. You made a choice. You declared that you're going to be responsible in every situation, a leader, in class, in the office. And this stand will not be a victim. And the issues of regret may not come in because you're responsible. If it succeeds, fine. You are responsible for your success. If you fail, fine. You are responsible for your failure. Why is it we are only ready and not responsible when? And when we don't succeed, blame, just be part of success, be part of failure. In this situation, you can be able to lead a great life as a leader. And your personal life would really be successful because you have nothing to regret about. You have nothing to hide. You have everything for people to see. And this kind of declaration is not an evaluation of either wrong or right. It's just a choice that you have made to do the right thing. Just like someone said, Lao Tzu said, mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Remember, for you to do something, it is the power that is inside you that's going to make you, that's going to prompt you to do something within a society, within your class, with whatever in your life. It is true power. The power that someone, maybe you can, someone lends you, or you can borrow someone's power. Maybe you are coming together, but that's not real power. Real power comes from you. So mastering others is strength. Get to know their strengths. But about football, those who excel in football, you even when you're a spectator from outside the field, you just know so and so is a good footballer. That the way he does it excites you, motivates you, and you wish that you are a footballer. I think when we were little children, I used to say, when I grow up, I'd want to be a teacher. I didn't know I was going to be a teacher. But that was an inspiration because I thought there were other teachers. And let me tell you one thing also. When I was growing up, I knew I was in a local primary school, and the madams were the wives of teachers in school. I had an elder brother, may his soul rest in peace, who used to call me madam. And I used to have trouble with him. Why call me a madam? I don't want to be a wife of a teacher who doesn't work. To me, it was a madam. A madam is the one that, you know what happens in the primary schools at home? The madam sends the children to go and collect water for them. Come and sweep the houses for them. Do everything for them. I didn't want that. So I didn't want to be a madam. I knew I would want to be a teacher, but I didn't want to be a madam. Little did I know that is where I was heading to. But I'm not a wife of a teacher. And I'm here in front of you working, isn't it? So great men and women are not extraordinary people. You may look at someone who's done so well, and you think this person is extraordinary. How did this person get there? If you asked him how he got there or how she got there, do you think he will be able to tell you? No, because you can't even remember the process. You just got inside there and you kept on doing it and you kept on improving it all the times. These extraordinary people that you're looking at or you're seeing are just ordinary people, you and I. Maybe think about, I don't know whether Mandela is a great man, was a great man. May his soul rest in peace. You're looking at Professor Wangari Maathai. Those are great people, extraordinary people, doing extraordinary things. But they are not extraordinary. They are just ordinary people involved in doing massive things. Okay? Now the fourth one, And the most critical one for leadership is integrity. I know many of us, if I ask, are you a person of integrity? You tell me, yes, I am a person of integrity. What is integrity? Integrity is, it is being whole and unbroken. Come on, just look at whole, quick, and unbroken. You could also sound, unimpaired, and many others. You are whole. Think of something whole and broken. Of yourself. Are you whole? When you are whole. I know maybe some of us have lost several teeth. Just 1, 2, 3. If you have a tooth, you are whole. You are impaired. God forbid. Maybe it was not a thing or making. But I'm thinking of, as God created you, that's the way you are still. Some have done plastic surgery. Whole, complete, and so if you thought you're a person of integrity, you answer me. Are you integrity? Before I did this course, I'm a lady of integrity. I stand on, but I realized no, it's not just easy like that. When you integrity, you are whole, complete, unbroken, unimpaired, sound. What to say? You. How to say that? And they died under the saying that do a say and do a do do is wrong. Because if what to say, we start for my that what say about are you compromising integrity? Yourself in the mirror. I know we do quite often. When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see a broken you or do you see a real you? What we're saying is about self-integrity. And when you talk about self-integrity, it doesn't matter whether you are the only person who is in integrity. And this is very important, and especially for now, that we are going to elect leaders. And we are always told that elect leaders of integrity. People who say and do according to what they speak about. Are you not being in integrity because your surrounding, you look around in your surrounding, there's no integrity, and now you want to join them? Someone said, if you can't beat them, join them. That's wrong. I'll join you if you're doing the right thing, but I'll not join you if you're doing the wrong thing. It's self-integrity. Can I do the right thing, even when I'm pressured to do the wrong thing? So with integrity, you're going to look at what you do as a person. Nothing less, nothing more. You don't need to add anything. Okay? You are honest with yourself. You are trustworthy. You are bankable. You are reliable. You are consistent. Name them. You're accountable. But if you are less than 100%, you are broken. You are incomplete. You are half. You're not complete. You're not whole. That's not integrity. Many of us just do the right thing when people are watching. What happens in darkness? What do you do when no one is seeing you? And if you do something bad when someone is not seeing you, are you still a person of integrity? Do what you do with or without someone seeing you. That's when you are in integrity. And many of us don't keep our word. We just talk carelessly. We lose our words. We don't even remember what we said. And if you are a Kenyan like I am, you'll say I was misquoted. And there's a clip, and that are you still in integrity? That is you. You said it, but you don't remember. Just stop and think. Where did you lose your word? When you are out of integrity, you are less than the being that you're supposed to be. You are less than whole. You are out of integrity. And when you're out of integrity, you diminish before the people. There's some shame that comes with it. You are not now able to face the reality because you are ashamed of whatever you are doing. You don't want to face the reality. You may even go into hiding because you are out of integrity. Your friends have just discovered that you lied to them. You took them for a ride. So, if you are going to be out of integrity, that means you are accepting to lose a tooth. Think of it. The time you're out of integrity, even just focus it today. How many times have you lost your word? And every time you lose your word, you lose a tooth. How many teeth are you willing to lose? To what percentage are you willing to go? A word, you diminish from 100%, 95, 70, 50, then you're going to fizzle out. And maybe sometimes even wish to change your friends. You change your engagement because this group of people know who you are, and you want to get new people, and you start lying to them again. This is no mean joke. I know this. Integrity is in our chapter 6 of the Constitution. But I wonder how many of us keep with this word in mind. Integrity. How many of us are in integrity? Look at yourselves, reflect on your life. Just today alone, you can count the number of times that you have lied to yourself and to the others. So integrity is about being whole. Being whole. The way you hold yourself to be and the way the others hold you. got to be consistent, got to be accountable, got to do that which you say. Okay. And when you're saying integrity is your word can be defined in 6 words. The first one is what you said you'd do or not do. This is really tricky. We have to be open. You know, human beings are made of language. What you say is what you are. So what you said you would do or not do, be very clear. If you're going to do something, do it. If you're not going to do it, say it. And I stop banking on you. Don't be somewhere there lukewarm, you know, I will or I will not do it, or ish. No. If you are going to do it on time, as you had said. No two ways about it. That's when you're going to be in integrity. And that is when you're going to have it as your word. The next word is what you know to do. What you know to do. Do it as it's meant to be done. Don't have shortcuts. If you know you're working somewhere and you're not accountable for certain resources, money, for example, keep that money with the right records. If you're going to class, no two ways about it. Read for your exam. You know what you're supposed to do. Do it as you know it. The third is what is expected of you. How would I know what someone expects of me? I am a leader. And in that position, wherever you are, there are expectations of others. I know you look at me and there are certain standards that you have set for me. I don't even know about them. But the fact that I'm in front of you here and that you've heard she's a professor, there are certain standards that you've set for me. So if I'm not able to meet that standard that you have set for me, I am out of integrity. I am not whole. I'm not complete. Even if I know, even if I don't know what you expect of me, there could also be an expressed request. You expect me to do something to you, and I don't do it. Even if I don't know about your intention, I am already out of integrity. Because as a leader, people look at you. They have expectations. Some are explicit, some are not. Some are expressed, some are not expressed. So it is you to live up to the expectation of the society. What do we expect of a leader? What do we expect of a manager? There are those standards we set, even though they may not even be aware. So if I find you in a situation that contradicts what I have of you, you are out of integrity. The fourth is what you say is so. Call a spade, not a big spoon. What you say must be so. Don't say this and say, this was just a little whatever. Your word, you are your word. What you say is so. And be willing to be accountable for it. Be willing to be accountable. Even if it means risking your life. Risk your life standing for the truth. How many of us will run for cover when, we face a panel telling us the truth? We'd want to say, no, I didn't do this, I did not do this. Okay? The fifth one is what you say you stand for. And you can unquestionably be held accounted you can be held accountable for that which you say you stand for. Unquestionably be counted for that. Right? If you stand for the rights of the others, if you stand for the truth, stand for it, even if everyone around you is lying. The opportunity cost would be there, because you'd either maybe go to jail standing for the truth because no one else speaks the truth around you. So be ready to suffer your consequences. That's the hardest. I think that is why we are hiding and being out of integrity. We change our words here and there just to look good that I didn't do it, yet I did it. Stand for something. If you're standing for integrity, if you're standing for justice, if you're standing for the right thing in school, stand for it. Go for it. Then the last one is moral, ethical, and legal standard. Now here in the university, for us academic staff, there are certain rules also for us. There are certain things that we have to abide with. Same with you, the students. When you came in the first time, you were given a list of rules. And because you did not say you're not going to abide by them, but the fact that you picked them, you didn't say anything, you put them in the pocket, you are going to follow those rules. Unless you said so. Unless you explicitly declined that I'm not going to follow these rules. So if someone tells you something and you don't say something to the contrary, that which was said is binding to you. It is part of your word. No going back. So integrity can be seen in terms of these 6 ways. I wonder where we are. If you look at the first one to the 6th, which one are you most accessible to? Which one? You practice? Which one? You break? Now, it is honoring your word. We know sometimes keeping your word in the environment that we are in becomes a little hard, because circumstances dictate that sometimes certain situations will succeed, others will not. And if you come to a point where you know you're not going to keep your word as you had spoken it out or given it out to your colleagues, it is better for you to say so immediately. You don't wait until whatever you had agreed on passes. And then you say, you know, I couldn't do it because, no, you are out of integrity. If you get into an agreement that you will do something at a certain future, in a certain time in future, and you look at it and see, you know, it will not be possible for me to do this. Go to the person that is involved. Tell the person, look, I'm not going to keep my word. And be ready to the consequences. Okay? So honoring your word is keeping your word and on time. If the class is scheduled for 10 o'clock in the morning, unless you tell me as a lecturer that you're not going to come in at 10, I know the class is at 10. And that is why sometimes you need to agree with the lecturer. What time is the class going to start? I know it's written 10, but you can agree. What time is it? So if you say 10:15, it means you got to be in class by 10:15. The class starts at 10:15. Not coming in after 1 hour. And you don't even have, you're not even excusing yourself. You think it is just walk in and walk out. You are out of integrity. You are not complete. So you honor your word by honoring your word is keeping your word and on time. If not, explain before time. Say, Madam, I will not be in class tomorrow at 10, but I will be there at 10:30, and make sure you're there at 10:30. That's communication. The second one is whenever you will not be keeping your word, as soon as you realize you'll not be keeping it, say to everyone impacted on that you will not be keeping your word. Or you'll not be keeping your word at all. Or you'll be keeping that word in future. And you specify by when you'll keep that word. If that is the case, then because you're a person of integrity, you will be willing to deal with the impact of the situation on others. If you are a person of integrity, keep your word on time. Failure to keep your word results in you being out of integrity. And we can say that integrity is the foundation, so to speak. We were looking at the factors, the foundational factors of leadership. But integrity is the mother of all those factors. Without integrity, there is no leadership. Without integrity, there's no direction. Without integrity, you cannot be a leader. And take it from me, you can take that and bank. And let's see if you get integrity after 6 months. If you're not a person of integrity, there's nothing you'll get from the bank, because you have failed to keep your word. So, integrity is everything. When in integrity, you don't have to question yourself. You are living a life that is fulfilling. You don't have to question yourself. Your life is an open book. And an open book is everybody can see. You don't have cards under the table. Everyone can see who you are. Your life is an open book. You are in integrity. No one questions what you do because you stand for what you do. You do what you say and many things that make you whole and complete. Integrity creates workability. Workability in terms of your engagement with your teams. As a leader, you need that workability. It's about relationship with you and the rest of the team. You are not going to succeed as an individual. You can only succeed as a team. And being integrity, your life being an open book, makes it possible for people to engage with you. And that kind of engagement develops trust. People trust you. You are trustworthy. We can bank on you. There are no hidden cards that you're playing with those that you engage with. This is a little bit hard for integrity. And we're saying that it's a mountain with no top. You will start climbing it, and will climb and climb. You will never get to the top because it's slippery. Have you ever tried climbing, a slippery place? You're climbing and coming back, climbing and coming back. That's all about integrity. And you have to make a deliberate effort to be in integrity. Where not possible, engage those that you are dealing with so that they know this is not going to be possible at this particular time, but it will be possible later, or that is not going to be possible at all. And because it is a mountain with no top, just enjoy climbing, and you'll get to the top. Enjoy climbing. So, without integrity, nothing works. Nothing works. You are not complete. You are not whole. You are so broken. Imagine you're riding a bicycle without something, or even the pedal. That bicycle is not complete. The same way, if you're out of integrity, you are missing something. You are less than what you ought to be. And finally, I want to bring to your attention this course that is coming up. This course is one course that have changed my life. And I can say that I'm walking this journey of integrity. We held such a course sometimes here in 2019, and it's coming up again. And I'm one of the presenters. The lady just next to me is Jerry Echeverria from California. She will be here in November, and and others from elsewhere in the US. They will be here between November to 12th. And I take this opportunity to welcome all of you. And this course is like no other course. This course does not provide answers. This course gives you an opportunity to adopt the ontological perspective of engagement. In other words, you are going to start discovering things for yourself, because you are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your own integrity. It is a course that is going to bring or to cause important breakthroughs in the lives of many people, you and I included. It's a mountain with no top. Let's continue climbing. And thank you for listening. Any questions? You're mesmerized. Are you mesmerized? This is what is real. Let's live a life that is real. Let's not fake who we are. Okay? So I'll give a few people maybe to comment, one or two. Or ask a question. And we have slots. For this course, we have slots for students. But there will be a criteria on how we are going to pick the students, because you will have to pay for it. And we all know the students probably may not be able to pay. So if you are interested, start looking for me. And you'll have to pass some test. But you're not going to write something. You're going to speak with someone. And we'll be able to see whether you are ready to start this journey of integrity. Thank you very much.